Namaskar. I'm Dr. Sonali Naik. Today we are going to read the 20th chapter from Gajanan Vijay Grantha. Before that, let us do a meditation. Sit quietly, close your eyes, take a deep breath, focus your attention between your two eyebrows. See in your mind's eye. You're sitting on a beach. You can hear the beautiful music of the waves. A cool breeze is blowing. You're very happy. You're filled with peace. You are meditating upon Lord Rama. Lord Rama is standing in front of you. Seeing him, you are filled with happiness and peace. You bow to him. He gives you a blessing that you are always healthy, happy, and prosperous. The protective cover of his blessing stays around you all throughout your life. Within this cover, you are forever guided, forever prosper, forever loved, forever guarded. Because of this, your life is full of enthusiasm, peace, and happiness. Give thanks. Slowly open your eyes. Jai Gajanan. Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Jai to you, consort of Rukmini, resting on the banks of Chandrabhaga river. Please bless me in this endeavor. You are the King of Kings, in charge of everything. Then why do you ignore me? Let your kind grace destroy my sins and anxieties. Lend me cheer to sing your glory. If this way I am not blessed, it is you who will be solely blamed. Such blemish should not come on thee, O Sham Sundar, consort of Lukmini, O Pandurang of Pandharpur, Vithoba on Chandrabhaga river. Please fulfill my desire. After the Nirvan of Sri Gajanan Maharaj, people said there is nothing left at Shegao, a sea without water or a bower without flowers. Lose their charm. They thought it is useless going to Shegao, like offering flowers at a temple without God. So many said that, but it was wrong. The invisible flame of Maharaj is still immortal in Shegao. Though Jnaneshwar Maharaj attained Samadhi on the banks of river Indrayani, he did meet there many devotees. Like that, Sri Gajanan Maharaj gives darshan to those who come along, believing that he exists in Shegao. Here follows the incident of Kothade, a staunch devotee of the great saint. Kothade worked as an agent at Shegao branch of Riley Company. Every evening he would go to the saint's samadhi. He would sit there for some time in meditation for mental satisfaction. One evening he thought that on the Shera day he should perform Abhishek worship and offer food to Brahmins at the temple. He made all arrangements accordingly and bought necessary provisions and grocery. His wife didn't like it and said, Sir, what are you doing? This is a waste. Tomorrow is the Vijayadashmi festival. Get new clothes for the children. All this spending on Abhishek and Brahmins will not bring you anything. We have children to feed. I don't have an ornament to wear. Does this befit a householder? We have also to save for our future. Ganpat did not like this advice. He told her that caring for others ranks higher than the demands of domestic life. The same night, Maharaj appeared to her in a dream. Don't harass your husband anymore. Let him do what he likes. This would bring you no loss. Don't have love and attachment for transient things. All the possessions will dissipate. Your deeds alone will never abate. Abhishek and feeding are good actions. These deeds involve sacrifice in the form of service to others. Expenses on such feats are never a waste. It is like a seed sown in the earth. So take my advice. I tell you not to obstruct him. With the counseling like this, ended her precious dream. Next morning, she told her husband this, who was happy at the occurrence. He advised her to have full faith in the continuing existence of the saint. He asked her to believe that all things, including children, assets, and precious gold, belong to Maharaj in his fold, and she should stop worrying about these. Ganpat celebrated Dussehra with the worship of Maharaj and a feast of Brahmins as envisaged. His faith in the saint was more sublime with these incidents in his life. Now to the experience of Lakshman Hari Janjar. He was a devotee of Sri Gajanan Maharaj. He went to Mumbai for some business. with a mind disturbed by domestic problems. At the time of returning at Boribandar station, he saw a sage with long arms and concentration. He was chanting the name of God, and slowly he approached Lakshman. He asked, "Why do you look so frustrated when you are a devotee of Gajanan saint? Do you remember the food made on the death anniversary? It was for 400 guests at Amravati. That time their teacher Bapat had lost his son, yet with Petkar did he come to partake in the prasad. It was due to Maharaj he had appeared in their dreams to say they should join your gathering. Have you forgotten all this?" Lakshman was confused with all this rendering. He wondered who this man could be. With respect, he bowed to the sage, who suddenly disappeared in a moment. When Lakshman returned, he amended his behavior and performed the anniversary every year. Sri Gajanan Maharaj had met Avdut Jairam Khedkar of Right Sides village in the garb of a saint. Madhav Martanda Joshi, a government officer, once came to Param Kasur village all the way for land survey. It was Thursday. Being a devotee of Maharaj, he desired to visit Shegaon. He told his peon Kutubuddin to get ready with the bullock cart. Kutubuddin humbly told Joshi that the weather was nasty. Man river was flooded with muddy water. Ignoring his request, Joshi got the cart. He asked Kutubuddin to drive to Shega. This cart entered the river and soon was filled with gushing water before they could cross over. A storm combined with lightning and thunder roared, welling the river month's flood. Many huts around were uprooted. Kutubuddin was frightened of death. Joshi too was scared. He started praying to the saint. From amidst this natural calamity, with folded hands, he said, "O Gajanan, no one except you can save us now." Scriptures describe a sage saving a sinking boat by just touching it at the sea. You too are Sri Gajanan, have similar powers. Kindly extend your hand and save me. Water entered the cart and the bullocks got frightened. Joshi told Kutubuddin to leave the reins and pray to Maharaj to come and help us. O powerful Maharaj, our lives are in your hands. Do as you like, take us or save us. The reins of the carts were thrown aside. Both of them closed their eyes. Then a miracle came over. The cart had safely crossed the river and was standing on the other shore. Both of them were glad at the marvel. They were happy to experience the authority of Maharaj who saved them from the calamity. Saved from the dreadful plight, they reached Shegao at night. They bowed down at the Samadhi. After joining the procession. Joshi offered money to feed Brahmins as per his vow and left Shegao on his routine journey. Yadav Ganesh Subedar was a cotton broker at Hingani. Once he lost rupees 10,000 in brokerage money. His health and well-being dwindled completely. He tried his best to re-establish himself and recover the loss, but he failed completely. During that period, he went to Wardha to his friend Asirkar, where at the door came a beggar. He was garbed in the Maharashtrian attire, had a big stick in his hand and a dirty headgear. He was shaking like an old man. Looking at him, Asirkar got mad and yelled out at him to get to the back door. There was a chance of getting arms there. He said, "Don't come here anywhere near." The beggar completely disobeyed the order. He stepped up and sat near the Subedar and held his bowl in his front for alms. Said, "Please spare some coins for me if you can." Subedar wondered at the audacity of the man. He stared at the beggar who looked like Maharaj. The man had the same gleam in his eyes and style of talk. The only difference was that this person was shaking with some unknown disturbance. His features too were like the saint. This made Subedar think a moment. How can he be the Maharaj who took Samadhi long back? Whatever be the state, I'll give him money as to the same. The beggar took the dole and asked for more, reminding him to hand out jaggery as he had vowed. He said that the loss in business was because of no fulfillment of the commitment. Yadav gave him some money, but he asked for more. Yadav spared a handful coins for the old man's bowl. At this time, Asirkar went inside, leaving them alone. The beggar said, "Don't have qualms about the saint. Remove your clothes. You are like a son to me. All your ailments will vanish as I look at your body." The beggar moved his hand over Yadav's person. This was the time Asirkar returned. The beggar who was there disappeared. Subedar tried to locate him thereafter, but he couldn't see him anywhere. Yadav guessed that he was Maharaj. He thought it was an auspicious augury, and he would be blessed with a lot of money. His carts loaded with cotton came to Varda for sale on the same day. He got a good profit on his deals that day. Yadav then believed that the beggar he met was none other than the same. Maharaj always protects his devotees. The experience of Dr. Kavar next is another story. Bhav Rajaram Kaur was transferred to Telara from the hospital at Khamgaon. Before joining at the new place with his family, he came to Shegaon. After darshan of Maharaj, he had a bullock cart. Balabav addressed him when he was about to start. I request you to leave Shegaon tomorrow after the prasad. You never went away this way in all your visits on previous occasions. Moreover, today is not an auspicious day to go on a travel at any rate. Kaur seemed to agree to half-heartedly but left the place as pre-decided. The night was drenched in darkness deep. He missed the road after he launched on the trip and strayed into a narrow path, ending at a lake in a barren patch. The cart stopped in the woods with no one around to guide him out of the unknown ground. The cartman said they missed the direction. Kaur was surprised but understood the situation. He abused the cartman for his mistake. Thereupon the cartman said, "Don't curse me like this. I go to Telara every week. As far as I think, I took the right road. The bullocks too walked straight on the course. I don't know how they came to this lake. This is not the path they ever always take." Kaur faintly guessed the cause for the event. He thought it to be the action of the saint, as he had left Shegaon without prasad, not to ignoring Bharadwaj's request. With folded hands, he implored Maharaj to protect him and show him the right path. Suddenly, he heard twinkling bells of the bullocks, which lent him sufficient courage in the dark. He asked the cartman to go in that direction. This way, they reached the road junction. Inquiring there, they learned that they were still in Shegaon jurisdiction. Kaur asked the cartman to drive back to Shegaon, where they reached early in the early hours of the morning. He told Bharaba what had happened on the way. He said, "Maharaj disliked their going this way. Now take prasad and go tomorrow. No one should refuse prasad before leaving this forum. It is he who has brought you back safe. None should expect things to go always his way. Whatever the saints wish will happen, so have faith in them and don't complain." Next day, after taking prasad, Kaur left for Telara by the right path. A person named Ratansa, Pausar by caste, had a year-old son, sick for some time past. He had some disease which made him weak. Many doctors administered medicines, but there was no sign of relief. He took no milk, high fever made him sick. He cried all day long. Doctors declared that there was no cure at all. Ratansa grieved over the child's health. Dinkar was almost nearing death. His extremities had turned cold, light in his eyes had dulled downmost. His pulse was missing as the warning note. Ratan Shah brought him to the saint's samadhi and put him there near the divinity. He folded his hands and said, "O Maharaj, please save my child. If he survives, I'll distribute sweets worth rupees 5. You have blessed many devotees. I too want to experience such bounty. Kindly don't ignore me. If my child dies at your gate, it will bring you a great disgrace. People declare that the touch of your feet is like a drop of nectar. Please bless me, O protector. If my child dies at your door, I'll break my head and live no more. O Gajanan, a glance of yours is like elixir. Please look at us and save the infant." Moments later, the child moved and started crying. To devotees around, it was a miraculous thing. It was all due to the grace of Gajanan Maharaj. Darkness can never obliterate the brightness of the sun. Dinkar recovered fully as a result of absolute devotion, which had at its origin in faith and conviction. Similarly, Dada Kulatkar was blessed with a son by the boundless blessings of Sri Gajanan. Ramchandra Patil's daughter Chandrabhaga, who was barely 16, faced a difficult time at delivery. The experience is painful for womanhood generally. As per tradition, she came from Ladega to her mother's place for delivery. After the childbirth, she was running temperature, which was declared to be typhoid fever. She was treated by many doctors around, but the temperature never came down. She was taken to Akula for better treatment. Each one had a different diagnosis for her ailment. There was no unanimity of opinion. All healings resulted in confusion. Patil decided to surrender to Maharaj for treatment and got holy ash and water from the saint's place. Chandrabhaga applied holy Angara to forehead and sipped holy tirth every day. She who could not walk a step could soon go to the Samadhi steps. This was the effect of holy ash and water. God always blesses them who have faith in Him. Each devotee should have a resolute devotion in the entity of his worship. Jankibai, wife of Ramchandra, had to suffer from discomforts predestined for her. She had a gastric trouble and stomach ache. Medications did not give her a break. The ailment affected her, which she started acting like a lunatic. Her speech even lost clarity. At times she lost sense of being hungry. Some said she was haunted by an evil spirit. Some others branded this as a pure disease. Some went to the extent of saying Patil as an executive had many enemies who retaliated on the family with black magic. Medical treatment brought no results. Being rich, he was exploited by many doctors. He spent a lot but got no relief for her. Tired of all this, he then said, Gajanan Maharaj will now be my doctor saint. My wife is his daughter-in-law. His blessings will eliminate all the ills. After her bath every morning, she circled the Samadhi. With this routine and her husband's advice, her devotion to Maharaj was not wasted. She was cured of all her ailments. Sincere services to real saints are never wasted, but they should be full of faith. After Sri Gajanan Bharabhav took his place, he performed a few miracles in the town and expired on Vaisakh 6th of the waning moon. The saint went into the dream of Narayan, asked him to replace Bharabhav. He died in Chaitra on the 6th of the waxing moon. Service to saints is a pious achievement. This chance comes only to those with good precedence. Legends of Sri Gajanan are beyond measure, like the stars in the expanse of these heavens. Beyond the description of ignorant humans, the ocean of the saint's life is unfathomable. I am just an instrument, the pen which writes. The writer has been the saint divine. Hope this treatise brings happiness to the devotee.